Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Easter Egg and Secrets Guide here on the Borderlands universe. Today we are on part 12 and this is the series where I go through each of the three main Borderlands games and pick out a little Easter egg or reference for you guys and go ahead and analyse it and actually show you something you may not actually have known about the game, because these games are full of Easter eggs and references. So, like I said, this is part 12 and without further ado, let's get on with the guide. So, first we are heading to Borderlands 1 and I've got a bit of a two-part special right here. Two little references in one. So, we are in the Dahl Headlands for the first one, right there on the map. And if we drop down into this little arena, we will spawn the enemy Skagzilla. Now this is obviously not very hard to work out what this is referencing. This is a giant skag that is a little bit of a tribute to the very famous Japanese monster Godzilla. So like I said, that is part one of our reference in Borderlands 1. There is actually another character from the Godzilla franchise though that is referenced in Borderlands 1, and we will go ahead and take a quick look at that now. So the next guy is pretty much at the very first map you actually spawn into, but you don't actually get this till later on in the game. But right here in the arid Badlands, a massive, huge, giant, flying moth looking thing is spawned called Mothzilla. Now Mothzilla is very famous in the Borderlands franchises, but he is actually a reference to the old Japanese monster Mothzilla. Mothzilla is a giant divine moth created by the same people that made Godzilla. He actually first appeared in his own film in 1961 called Mothzilla, but he also made his first appearance alongside Godzilla in the 1964 film Mothzilla vs. Godzilla. So there you go, two references to two different famous old Japanese monsters right there. And I do warn you, this is a really cheesy old film, but I will give you a quick clip of Mothzilla vs. Godzilla right now. But yeah, it's a typical very old Japanese film, so be warned, this is pretty rubbish really, I think.
勝利になるか。空から地上からモスラ親子の共同攻撃なるか。地上空前の一大攻防戦。世界の東方。
Okay, so moving on to Borderlands 2 then. If you come to the Pirate Booty DLC map, the Hater's Folly, into this area right here, you'll be given a mission eventually that will spawn a little mini-boss called Grendel. Now Grendel is just basically in Bullymong, situated right here in the map. But Grendel is actually a bit of a reference to a very old poem in which the author was an anonymous Anglo-Saxon poet. Referred to by scholars as the Beowolf poet. Beowolf is the name of this famous poem. It's set in Scandinavia, and Beowulf is a hero of the Geats who comes to the aid of Hrothgar, the king of the Danes, whose mead hall in Heorot has been under attack by a monster known as Grendel. I'll show you a quick clip of the start of the poem right now. This is just a picture that I found. It's obviously not anywhere near in English, but there is a modern version of it that you can read. But yeah, basically this is just a little reference to this very famous poem, which I found was pretty cool. I did start trying to read through this poem, but it is absolutely long as hell and I have not got the patience for it. But if you guys want to go ahead and read the poem, then just type in Beowulf into Google and you'll get the modern day translation of it. Okay, to something a little bit more modern now than the previous two Easter eggs, we are in Borderlands the pre-sequel in the map Serenity's Waste, just near the second exit to Regolith Range. And if you head up onto this cliff on the left hand side here, this is not a guaranteed spawn every time, but if you persist and come a couple of times, you will eventually meet this guy. Depending on what mode you're on will determine his actual name, but on Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, he is called the Fubaphonic Kragan. But basically he's just the phonic kraken. I think it's just called on the lower playthroughs. I'm not quite sure about that one though, but as you can see, this guy is a kraken and he's just spinning around in circles and just generally larking about. But this guy is actually a direct reference to the famous hedgehog Sonic, who most of you, if you're my age or maybe slightly younger or older, will know is Sonic the Hedgehog, the big blue spinning hedgehog cartoon from the very old days of my childhood especially. And this guy's just been put in there as a nice little reference to Sonic, which I find is pretty cool really. I used to watch a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog when I was little, and when I first came across this guy I knew straight away what this was referencing. Phonic obviously sounding very much like Sonic, but just this spinning animation, what he does, definitely gave it away. So there you go guys, that is 3 more Easter eggs here on Borderlands for you guys. Hopefully there is one in there that you may not have known about. In Borderlands 1 we had the Godzilla and Mothra Easter eggs. Borderlands 2 went very far back in time to a little tribute to the poem Beowolf with the baddie Grendel, and then we headed over to Borderlands the pre-sequel to look at a nice little Sonic the Hedgehog Easter egg. So there you go. Thank you for watching everyone. Really hope you've enjoyed another episode. This is Ultimate Easter Egg and Secret Guides number 12. If there's any little Easter eggs you want to see in a future video that you think I may not know about, please be sure to let me know in the comments and I will certainly look into that one. Anyway, thank you, and for now I will see you guys in the next one.